Dear students, today we have to study about reproduction in humans. Uh, it's very much similar as in case of plants. This is sexual reproduction. In case of plants, it occurs with the help of flowers. You know, in the flower there are male and female parts. Anther, male part, gynoecium, female part. Similarly, in the males, here is one parent called as father, the other called mother. So here are different organs in the males. Similarly, in the females, we have to discuss the gametes first, then reproductive organs. After that, we have to study about menstrual cycle and then advantages and disadvantages of uh, breastfeeding. So, dear students, male gamete called as sperm, it is produced in the testes. It is very small in size, motile, and large in number, and they have tail-like structure. In some books it's mentioned it is flagella. With the help of that it moves, and at the tip of the sperm, at the head, there is a small tip having enzyme called as acrosome. With the help of that it is used to dissolve the wall of the egg to fertilize the egg. And the female gamete is called as egg, which is produced in the ovary. It is large in size, less in uh, large in size, having more cytoplasm in that, and it is non-motile. It moves with the help of peristalsis in the uh, oviduct, and it is non-motile. And the process of fertilization takes place in the oviduct, and the development of the baby or fetus occurs in the uterus, and here it grows up till 9 months, and after that birth of the baby takes place through the birth canal. And this is all about the gametes. Now let's talk about the reproductive organs of the males. They have testes, sperm ducts, penis, uh, and the testes are covered within a pouch-like structure, sac-like structure called as scrotum, and they are hanging outside the body, uh, below the abdominal cavity, and their temperature is less than that of the body temperature. So these are hanging outside to keep the body temperature low, because the sperms may become dead at the body temperature, so they should be at the lower temperature than that of the body temperature. So the scrotal sacs keeps them safe, and the temperature keeps lower than that of the body temperature. So it means it is less than 37 degrees Celsius. Okay. Sperm duct carries sperms from the testes towards the penis, through which the semen is passed out at the time of intercourse. So penis is a shaft-like structure having blood vessels or having erectile tissue. When it is filled with blood, then it becomes erect and becomes ready to be uh, ready for intercourse. So this is all about the male reproductive system. In the female reproductive system, the outer opening is the vagina, then cervix, which is the neck-like structure between the vagina and the uterus, and uterus is the pouch-like structure in which the baby develops, and after that two oviducts, which are having oviducal funnels on each side, and then they are connected with the ovaries. Two ovaries in the female, similarly two testes in the males. So ovaries are to produce the eggs. So after the discussion about the male and female gametes, let's move to the menstrual cycle, that is the sign of maturity in the female. uh, it starts at the age of 12 and it continues up till the age of 45 to 50, and after that the menstrual cycle is stopped, that is called as menopause. So between the start of the puberty up till menopause, the female's age is the reproductive age, and after that she can't produce the babies. So after that the female can't have babies after that, after the stopping of the menstrual cycle, that is after the menopause. Now dear students, in the menstrual cycle, four hormones called as FSH, LH, progesterone and estrogen. These are the four hormones which are involved in the menstrual cycle. So menstrual cycle is 28 to 30 days periodic changes or cycle in the females. For the first 4 to 5 days bleeding occurs. At that time a hormone FSH is released, and then estrogen, which is used to uh, keep the walls of the uterus thick, that is for the repairing of the uterus walls, and LH, that is luteinizing hormone. This is used for ovulation and it is released on 14th day of the menstrual cycle, and after that progesterone is released, which is used to keep the walls of the uterus thick, so that the uh, fetus can be easily planted within the walls of the uterus with the help of the placenta. So this is all about the menstrual cycle. In the menstrual cycle, 14th day is the most fertile day. So in this way we can divide into 4 weeks. The first week is the bleeding week, the second week is the repair week, and the third week, that is from day 11 to 17. This is the most fertile period, and within that the 14th day is the most fertile. So on that the chances of fertilization are maximum, so you can say the fertile phase. And after that again this is the safe phase, that is from day 18 to 28. And now let's talk about the birth. When the size of the baby grows maximum, after 9 months the walls of uh, the placenta is uh, unrooted from the walls of the uterus. At that time, under the hormone of oxytocin, the uterus walls contract and relax, and the villi are root-like structures within the walls of the uterus. With the help of placenta, they are broken, and the female feels a severe pain. At that time, the vaginal birth canal is opened. So, by the regular contraction and relaxation of the uterus wall, the baby is pushed out, and this is called as birth. And after that, the the baby is fed on the breast milk. So from the mammary glands, milk is provided to the baby, and this is called as breastfeeding, which continues up till 2 years uh, in the offspring. So that can be breastfeed or maybe bottle feed or formula milk can be given to the baby. Now here we have to compare both of these. The breastfeed is better for the baby. How? It provides all the nutrients for the baby, and it contains antibodies for the baby, so the baby remains safe from different diseases, and the bond between the mother and the baby becomes very strong or more stronger than that of the bottle feeding. But here are certain drawbacks as well. For example, it's difficult to feed the baby at the public places. It's difficult for the working ladies for the breastfeeding to the babies all the times. Similarly, if the mother is diseased or ill, then it becomes difficult for the baby for the mother to feed the baby. Similarly, if the baby is not feeling well, is diseased or ill at that time, if that is not taking milk, then it may be painful for the mother as well. So in this way, these are certain drawbacks as well. But the formula milk is better. Anybody can feed, but that is expensive as well, and there are no antibodies within that for protection of the baby. But at the other hand, it is useful that anybody can, even maid or father or any elderly person can feed the baby. Similarly, it can be measured, and there are no risks of disease. But again, if it is not up to the mark, it is risky for the baby, because sometime baby might be undernourished or malnutrition may be there. Next, dear students, we have to discuss within this chapter about certain diseases which might be AIDS or gonorrhea and syphilis. So AIDS is caused by the virus called as HIV, human immunodeficiency virus, and it is caused by the sexual intercourse with the infected persons, maybe, or unsafe sex, then with the infected needles, by blood transfusion, and through the birth canal to the baby as well. So these are few methods of transfer of the AIDS from one infected person to the other. And there is no treatment of this disease, only preventive measures like use of condom, and to educate the people is the better way to prevent this disease, or prevention of the spreading of the disease. And then in the syphilis, that is bacterial disease, here the blisters may develop over the genitalia first, then maybe to all the body parts, and after that the nervous system might be damaged, and ultimately death of the person may take place. So its complete treatment is the use of complete course of antibiotics, and if it is timely taken, then the person can be saved. So the bacterial diseases can be treated with the antibiotics, but the viral diseases cannot be. Uh, so this was all about this chapter. Dear students, let's revise it quickly. Firstly, gametes, male and female gametes. Male gamete is called as sperm, and the female gamete called egg. Sperm is produced in the testes, egg is produced in the ovaries. Male sperms are motile and large in number, and the female gamete egg is non-motile and less in number. And male gamete sperm have acrosome to dissolve the walls of the egg, that is an enzyme to dissolve the walls of the egg, whereas no acrosome in the egg. And the male reproductive organs consist of testes, scrotal sac, sperm duct, and penis, having erectile tissue. Uh, the the male reproductive has also Cowper's and prostate glands, which are used to lubricate the path before intercourse. And in the female, uh, vagina, cervix, uterus, oviducts, and ovaries are the reproductive organs. After that, menstrual cycle, which is the sign of maturity in the females, and it is controlled by four hormones: FSH, produced by the thyroid gland, produced by the pituitary gland, LH, estrogen, and progesterone, which control the menstrual cycle. And after that, mating, sexual intercourse to fuse the egg and the sperm, that's called as fertilization. And after that, development of the baby within the uterus for 9 months, then birth, and after that uh, breastfeeding, and lastly the diseases, that is AIDS and uh, syphilis, as we have discussed earlier. So these are called as STDs, or sexually transmitted diseases. Okay, it was all about this chapter. Hope you have enjoyed the class. Okay, Allah Hafiz.